Hi, my name's Meral and I'm an overlanding wildlife artist and photographer from the UK, and this is my new channel. On my channel you're going to see me overlanding in vehicles like a Toyota Landcruiser, and other times you're going to see me in my art studio. So it's a mix of content which will combine wildlife adventures, beautiful landscapes, wild places, and my first series is in northern Spain where we're travelling in this very vehicle. Come and join me on my travel through Cantabria, Astoria and Castile de Leon, and hopefully along the way you're going to see some of my wild adventures and then what I bring back to the art studio. So in my videos you're going to see me sometimes out here and other times in here. So let's get this started. This is Meral in the Wild and my first episode in northern Spain. Enjoy! During this northern Spain adventure, we'll be overlanding from Mastiff in Basque Country, travelling over the mountain trails to Picos de Europa and Cantabria, before skirting between Castile and Leon and Asturias, ending in Galicia, before heading back to the coast. Our plan is to complete around 15 trails across the regions, and one of my main aims, of course, is to look out for wildlife. I'm armed with my camera gear and my sketchbook and hoping to see some of the elusive lynx, bears, wolves. Of course, I'm not expecting to see any of them, but if I get to see the vultures or the eagles, any of the birds of prey, I'll be more than happy. So let's get started. We were straight onto the trails within an hour of leaving the ferry at Santander. And this is our 8-day adventure in northern Spain overlanding. So I hadn't realised how windy it was, and you can't hear the audio, but basically I'd seen a hawk and had the wrong lens in place, so didn't capture a thing. It was early in the trails and I hadn't expected to see any wildlife yet at this stage, but it's a good sign moving forward. I'm going to swap the lens and we'll continue on the trails. Off-road trail through Basque Country was proving fairly tame. We were starting to see the signs of changing seasons on the landscape, with rich orange, yellow and red colours now beginning to saturate the woodland foliage. Autumn was here, and I suspected as we ventured further into the mountain trails we would be blessed with the spectacular landscapes unfolding in full colour. Following the route of the old mining railway, we were soon to be met with an unexpected surprise. So we've just been through Tunnel de Plano de Sal, in short, 'cause it's a really long title and I can't say it. And as we've continued on, we've just skirted the Basque country and Cantabria, and then bordered back into the Basque country. So after a quick brew with the jet boil, we were off on the road again. And to get to the village of Alan, there is actually a normal route up to the village, so visitors can actually get up there and travel by normal route. But we were straight back onto the Overland trails, and it was really interesting. Again, we just were passing nobody along the way, not even any locals. However, we did get another little surprise along the way. At first I thought I'd seen more cows, but then I realised that there were semi-wild horses and scrambled to get my camera to take photographs. I was a bit anxious because I wanted to let them pass safely, but they moved with us initially down the road and we followed slowly to give them a chance to pass or move around us. I wasn't sure if they were Asturian ponies or Hakka Navarra horses, as they both share similar traits and both ancient breeds. When looking at my photographs and passing them further up the road at a clearing, I'm fairly certain, however, that these were a herd of Hakka Navarra Spanish endangered horses. Originally they were used in agriculture in the northeast of Spain and eventually replaced by mechanical farming machinery as the breed fell out of favour. Today, small herds live wild and protected with limited human intervention, and in 2023 it was believed there were around 2,152 left. I felt so privileged in this moment, in the middle of this wild space with no one else around, to see these beautiful horses. Come across our first wild horses after seeing the cows at the top of the hill. Oh my god, this is just turning out to be the best day. As we drove steadily past them, I decided not to get out of the vehicle because I didn't want to startle them and just to enjoy them for the experience that we'd had. So by the time we'd reached Elen and spent time with the horses and meandered along with me taking photographs, we did what we said we wouldn't do, which is still out looking for somewhere to stay at night. And the winds were picking up after a really calm day, and it was getting pretty cold at altitude. So we were on the road and we were desperately looking for somewhere that we felt was appropriate to stop, and there was nowhere. We did find a little area where we thought would be okay, not with any proximity of any villages or anybody out at night, but it was just too open to the elements and there was no way we could have managed in the rooftop tent. So we just kept tromming on and on and you get the picture. God, we have finally found a level spot, and it's the least wind we've experienced in the last few hours, so I think we've found somewhere we're happy to get the rooftop tent out with tonight for a bit of sleep. But I won't be cooking. I was going to do some fajitas, but I think I'm going to do something dead easy that I've prepped in the fridge tonight and then just get to bed. It's now around 8:30, so we've been driving all afternoon and evening, and we've done 3/4 of the second route in the dark, but it's been an experience, and yeah, totally enjoyed today. So let's see if tonight's sleep is as enjoyable. The wind is whipping up, but it's not as bad as it was in the other stops that we've had tonight. But as in all honesty, it has been a really amazing day. I've loved it. The wild horses, the cattle with the bells, and the beautiful views and the forests. So yeah, it's been a top first day here in northern Spain, and I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I'm going to make dinner and I'm going to go get some sleep. So it's a good night and bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to my channel, Meral in the Wild.